relation. So as we have given, R is a difference between ordered pair. So this is called the set builder form. Now we have converted into a form called roster form, which we have seen in your basic 9th standard. So now we are going to see about now what is the domain range. So domain is nothing but the first element in the ordered pair. So what are the first pair? 1, 3, 1, 2, 3 and 5. So these are the elements which is first in the ordered pair. So next, what is now next, which is nothing but A. Now next, range is nothing but the second element in the ordered pair. So what is that? 4, 6 and 9. Now codomain is nothing but the B, that the second set which we going to map, that is called the codomain. So domain is the first element in the ordered pair, range is the second element in the ordered pair. Now next we are going to see about functions. So what is function? Function is nothing but a relation where it's set of ordered pairs where no more two distinct ordered pair have the same element x. It has the unique value for each value of x. So let us move on to the functions. So where one set is an input, another set will be an output with related to a particular function. Where the input set is nothing but the domain and the output set is range. So let us see the different types of function: one to one, many to one, on to and into. So first it is one to one function where 1 to 1, one element of a set A is mapped to one element of another set B. Let us have an example where A is an element set having the elements 1, 2, 3, 4. B is a set having the elements A to D. So here you can see each element of A has an image in B, and similarly each element of B has a pre-image in A. So this is not nothing but one to one function. Now next, many to one function. Many to one, so many elements of set A is mapped to one element of B. So let us have an example: A with elements 1, 2, 3, 4 and B with elements A, B, C, D. Here you can see 1 and 2 is mapped to a single element in B. Similarly 3 and 4 is mapped to D. So which is nothing but many elements of A is mapped to one element in the set B. So this is we called as many to one function. Let us see another example: -5 and 1. These two elements are connected to the set element B in the set Y. This is also an example for many to one function. Now next we move on to onto function. Onto function is nothing but the codomain and range is to be same. Then we can say it is an onto function. Here you can see codomain is nothing but the set B and range is nothing but the elements which is connected to its pre-image. The elements which has a pre-image is called range. So if the codomain and range is same, then we can say the set is an onto function. This is another example for onto function. Here all the persons are connected to the all calls, so their codomain and range is same. Then it is also an example for onto function. Now let us move on to the next, into function. Into function is nothing but quite similar to onto function, where let us have an example: A with elements 1 to 4 and B with element A, B, C, D. Here you can see if any one element of the set B doesn't have any pre-image, then we can say this function as an into function. Here D has no pre-image, and similarly another example where Y is the element in B which has no pre-image. So this is an example for into functions. So next we will go see one bijection. So bijection is nothing but both one-to-one and onto function. So one-to-one is nothing, we have already seen every image has a every element of A has an image, and similarly every element of B has a pre-image is one-to-one. And onto function is nothing but where the codomain and range is same. If in a function, if both one-to-one and onto function is satisfied, then we can say it is one-to-one and onto function, which is also called as one-to-one correspondence. So this is an example for one-to-one and onto function. And clarify for these types of functions. We are going to classify using an equation from one set to another set. So let us this equation be y equal to 2x, where x is the input and y is the output. Input is nothing but the domain and output is nothing but the range. Now here we are going to give the value for x and we get calculated the value of y. So now let us work it out with a function table where x is in value 1, 2, 3. So let us put the value of 1. So 2 into 1 is nothing but 2 into 1 is 2. So y value is 2 now, which is an output. So next 2. Let us put the value 2 to the value of x. So 2 into 2 is nothing but 4. So now our corresponding y value is 4. So next 3. The 2 into 3 is 6. So now y value is 6. Similarly, next we are going to see about ordered pair, where the ordered pair is nothing but x comma y coordinates. So now which we are going to represent all these pairs in a graph, which form an linear function, all the input and output, which forms an graph. This graph is now called as the linear function, where it forms a single line. So it is called a straight line, or it is called as a linear function. And similarly we have different types of function. One is quadratic function, cubic function, trip function. The test called vertical line test to prove whether these type of function, these are functions or not. So there is a yellow line which is a straight line which intersects the blue line only at a particular one point. So that unique output is nothing but the y value. If a line has a unique output using a vertical line test, if it intersects at only one point, so then it is called a function. So next we have another example, y square is equal to x, which has a graph. So now using a vertical line test, we can see it is intersecting at the origin. If we move on the yellow line towards the x-axis, we see it has two different points. So it has two different outputs. So for some input, if there are two outputs, it is not a function. Now our output value y is also equals to f of x, where f of x nothing but f is a function, x is an input. So we can also equal f of x equal to y. Let us have an example. Let f of x is equal to 3x plus 2. Here the x value can give the value of y. If our x value is 4, then what is f of 4? 3 into 4 plus 2. So 3 4s are 12 plus 2 is 14. So next we have another example, another value, f of 5. So 3 into 5 plus 2 is 17. F of 6 is 20. All you have seen about the functions with input with a particular output, where input is nothing but a domain and output is nothing but the range. So next we have seen in next class. Thank you, students.